Hi everyone! This week I'm going to give you some really great audition tips, and these will also help you with job interviews or just anything that puts yourself out there. So listen up and I'll give you some quick tips on how to nail your next audition. Number one is preparation. This is the most important thing when you've got an upcoming audition or job interview. The preparation is key. Michael Jackson once said, if you are rehearsed and if you've practiced enough, you have no reason to be nervous. That's easier said than done because auditions are always scary. One little tip that helps nerves, eat a banana. I know it sounds weird, but it really helps calm your stomach and calm those nerves. But if you have practiced and you've done all the preparation work, then you will be less nervous and feel more prepared when you walk into that room. Along with that preparation comes doing your research, knowing the composer, the lyricist of the song you're singing, knowing the play your monologue is from, knowing the quote that you use in your interview, because someone may say, oh, who said that? What quote is that? And if you don't know, you won't seem as prepared. So just be thoughtful in your preparation and do your research. Number two is your mindset, your confidence. We get in our own way. If you don't believe you can do it, then why will they believe that? This happens all the time when I work with voice students. If you're trying to reach that note, but you don't believe you can hit it and you believe it's too high, then there's no way you're gonna be able to hit that note. But if you've worked on it and you've done the preparation work and you know how to take that deep breath and dig deep and sing that big note, and you believe that you will, you can hit that note. I know you don't necessarily believe me, but it's so true. We get in our own way all the time. There are no rules, only choices. It's up to you to choose what you're going to sing, to choose what you're going to say, to choose how you're going to carry yourself. Always make smart, honest decisions and be you, be authentic. Be real. Whatever is honest and feels right to you is probably right for them. I always say make bold choices too. A lot of people ask, what do I do with my body? Am I supposed to move around the room? Do I need to choreograph something? Whatever you do, just be honest. Whatever feels right to you. Don't be afraid to move around, but don't be afraid to stand still. If there's a song that you just want to stand there and just lock eyes with the person you're singing to and just deliver that message, then that works and that's real and that's fine. I've seen many an actor do that, and I was so engaged with their focus and their energy that it didn't matter that they moved. Other songs might need that, and it might feel real for you to like wander over here or walk over there or whatever you do in the moment, but just kind of let that happen and be real. With that said, of course, practice and practice and practice with movement and different kinds of things so you'll have an idea of what to do when you get in that room, so it's not just off the top of your head. But I would say, you know, do what's real and honest instead of choreographed movements. That doesn't always come across as, you know, really believable and really in the moment. Also, appearance does matter. Please take a shower. So once you get in that room, you've done your preparation and you're feeling confident, you're feeling ready, you walk in, you say your name, you sit down in front of that auditioner, or you head over to the piano to give your music to your accompanist, or you sit down at a job interview. It's about that connection. So make that connection, a genuine connection with the people in the room, the person you're auditioning for, the person who's playing piano for you. Be very kind to them. When you're auditioning with a song, it's the connection you make within the music. Where do I look? That is a huge question I get all the time. Generally, in an audition for theater, it's great to look just above the heads of those people who are auditioning you. If you're looking in their eyes and they're trying to observe what you're doing, it makes them uncomfortable. Again, like I said, there are no rules, just choices. So it can depend on the song. If you choose something that needs a lot of audience interaction and it depends on that, then of course, go for it. And just feel free to work off the people in the room. But for the most part, if you are in character, if you are performing a song from a musical and you know the backstory, you know, do your research, do your preparation work so you know what that character is trying to say. You know, have that clear objective. Your focal point should be the person that you're speaking to, the person that you're delivering the message to. Like I said before, if you believe it, they will believe it. So if you're singing about the clouds in the sky and the buildings over here and the boy next door over here, make those clear choices. If you see those things, then they will also see those things. So I always say, if you believe it, they will believe it. No excuses. If you are sick, do not admit it. Nobody wants to hear you saying, well, I was sick and da 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 da. And if you're not prepared, never admit it. You might be able to just pull off that song you learned the night before, but never tell them that, because then they'll think, well, why didn't they take the time to prepare for this audition? They don't know the other circumstances, and they don't want to hear you explain it. Now, one of the most important things I ever learned from an audition workshop, and I use it all the time, is remember, they are rooting for you. So whoever you're sitting down in front of, whoever you're singing for, they're looking for the next big thing. They're looking to cast their show. They're looking to hire someone for that job, and they want someone great. So if you walk in with that confidence and the preparation that you've done and you feel ready and you let your passion come across, if you make bold, daring choices, they will remember you. And that's what's so important to remember, is they're rooting for you. So they're on your side. They're not waiting for you to fail. They want you to do well. They want you to be great. I think that's something that's hard to remember, because a lot of the time we feel judged and we feel like, oh, they're just waiting for me to mess up. And it's really the opposite. So if you can come in from that side, and when you walk in that room just going, they want me to do well. They're rooting for me. I think that just helps get in a much better mindset. Just remember, an audition is another chance for you to have an audience. A job interview is just another chance for you to talk about what you're passionate about and what you want to do with your life. Don't walk in there expecting to get the job. Just walk in there and honestly give of yourself. Open your heart, sing that song, or give that monologue, or even in your interview, just be truthful to yourself. Have confidence, believe in yourself. What you want to accomplish is walking out of that room and going, I totally nailed it. I feel so good about what I just did. And it was so real and truthful to me. And that's the best you can do. And then the rest is up to them. I think that's kind of the cool thing about this business, or with anything, putting yourself out there for a job interview or an audition for a show or what have you. In the end, you put yourself out there and you can do your best job. And if you were the right person, then they'll pick you. And if not, then there's always the next job. There's always the next gig. Just keep that in mind. It's just one other opportunity for you to do what you love to do. It's just another way for you to have an audience. One other really important tip is never learn something new. So the exception to that rule is you may have to. If an audition requirement, let's say for college or for a theater, is asking for 2 specific types of songs or monologues or something that you don't have in your repertoire, then of course you have to go out and learn something new. But in general, if you've got a ballad and an up-tempo song, or if you have a dramatic monologue, pick something that you know well. I often sing Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid because I've known that song since I was little and I love it. And if I get nervous or if something trips me up in the process, then I have that preparation to fall back on, and it's just in me. I know it so well. If you've just learned something the week before or a couple days before your audition, and something happens, we all have nerves. Nerves get in our way. Unfortunately, sometimes that just screws us up. There have been times when I knew the song so well, or I knew the piece, and I still messed up, but something came out of my mouth that made sense somehow, and I think it's just because I had done that work beforehand, and because I knew the song so well, it was in me. Do a song that you absolutely love to perform, something that you know really well, and you can think back to a childhood song, something that you may not have thought of before. Also remember to take care of yourself. Drink plenty of water, get lots of sleep, just be ready for that interview or that audition the next day, because it's really important. It's what's gonna book your next job. Well, I know that was quick, but I'm so glad you tuned in this week, and hope you got some helpful tips for your next audition or your next interview. I think all these things really apply. So whether you're a performer or you're going in for a job interview, it's really helpful to be prepared, have confidence, believe in yourself, be honest and truthful, and just remember that if you believe it, they will too. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Good luck at your next job interview or your next audition. Break a leg. I'll see you all next week. Bye.